From humble beginnings to an unstoppable empire. Today, we're diving deep into the rise of one of the most powerful nations in Tensura, the monster federation of Jura Tempest. It all began when a simple slime, Rimuru, stumbled across a tribe of goblins in the Jura forest. These goblins, weak and leaderless, were desperate for protection from powerful threats in the forest. Rimuru, despite being new to this world, decided to help, and this decision would be the first step toward building an empire. Rimuru's first major act was naming the goblins, which triggered their evolution into stronger forms. This created a new hierarchy and transformed the small, scattered tribe into an organized, loyal group. Rimuru's power as a leader began to take shape, and soon he was recognized as the ruler of this budding community. But it didn't stop there. After defeating and then recruiting the direwolves, led by Ranga, Rimuru now had the makings of a real settlement. Goblin Village. This moment marked the birth of Tempest. However, a strong nation isn't built on strength alone. Rimuru knew that in order to thrive, his nation needed resources, technology, and alliances. His first major diplomatic move came when he traveled to the Dwarven Kingdom. By saving Kaijin and his fellow craftsmen, Rimuru secured some of the best artisans for Tempest, significantly improving the nation's infrastructure. One of Rimuru's greatest assets came in the form of the Kijin, powerful warriors who pledged loyalty to him after being named. Benimaru, Shion, Hakuru, Sohei, Shuna, and the others became central figures in Tempest's rise, serving as Rimuru's elite commanders. From there, Rimuru expanded his influence by mediating conflicts and gaining allies. He played a key role in the Lizardmen's War against the Orc Lord, eventually defeating the Orc disaster and uniting the Orcs, Lizardmen, and other monster races under Tempest's banner. With a growing population, advanced technology from the dwarves, and a military force led by the Kijin, Tempest transformed from a village into a proper nation. It wasn't just about power anymore. Tempest became a hub of monster society, where different races could coexist and thrive under Rimuru's leadership. But becoming a true nation meant more than just uniting monsters. Rimuru entered into diplomacy with human nations as well, establishing trade routes and gaining recognition from powerful countries like the Kingdom of Blument. This was a major turning point, as Tempest was no longer just a monster settlement. It was now recognized as a legitimate power on the global stage. However, every empire faces its challenges, and for Tempest, the greatest threat came from the Eastern Empire. In a devastating attack, Tempest was nearly destroyed. Many of Rimuru's allies were killed, and the peaceful nation he built was left in ruins. But Rimuru didn't let that stand. To protect his people and avenge their deaths, he evolved into a demon lord. This moment marked Rimuru's ascension into one of the most powerful beings in the world, and Tempest was rebuilt stronger than ever, solidifying its place as an empire. With the Eastern Empire defeated and Rimuru's status as a true demon lord, Tempest became an empire not only in name, but in power. It now stands as one of the most formidable forces in the world, home to powerful monsters, elite warriors, and strong alliances. Following Tempest's rise as an empire, Rimuru's journey is far from over. Among Rimuru's most dangerous foes is Emperor Rudra, the ruler of the Eastern Empire. Rudra's ambitions stretch beyond mere conquest. He seeks to become the ruler of the world by using an ancient and terrifying power, the ultimate skill, just as King Michael. This skill grants him incredible control over not only his army, but also the ability to manipulate other powerful beings. This powerful entity takes over Rudra's consciousness, and its ultimate goal is not to protect the Empire, but to reset the world, bringing it back to the Age of Angels by eradicating all other forms of life. One of the most heartbreaking moments for Rimuru comes when Michael seizes control of Veldora, Rimuru's close friend and one of the strongest true dragons. This moment tests Rimuru's resolve like never before, as he's forced to fight someone he considers family. The sheer emotional and physical pain Rimuru endures during this time is immense, but it also drives him to new heights as a leader and strategist. At that moment, he demonstrated his true power by summoning the infamous Black Numbers. When Rimuru gave them one order, to eliminate everyone in their path, it shocked the world. This brutal command marked a turning point in his reign, asserting his dominance as a demon lord. But even that wasn't the end of his evolution. To save his loyal companion, Veldora, Rimuru made a daring choice. He devoured Veldora entirely. With this act, Rimuru ascended beyond the realm of mortals and even demon lords. Rimuru became the fifth true dragon. His new form granted him powers rivaling the gods themselves, cementing his position as the strongest being in the world. Rimuru's rise left everyone in awe. Michael, controlling Emperor Rudra, sought to crush Rimuru, but Rimuru, now a true dragon, had reached a whole new level. His control over his immense powers allowed him to overwhelm Michael in an epic clash of divine and draconic might. After an intense battle, Rimuru's unmatched strength finally destroyed Manus Michael, freeing Rudra from his control and leaving the world in awe. Even with Rudra and Michael as massive threats, a greater danger lurks in the background. Feldway, the chief among the 7 primordial angels, seeks to awaken Everage, the ultimate true dragon, to annihilate the world. Feldway was once a loyal servant of Veldora, the creator god, but after his master's death, his faith twisted into a desire for vengeance against all creation. As Feldway's plan unfolds, Rimuru realizes that this new enemy isn't just after his nation. It's after the very fabric of existence. Feldway's goal is to reset the world by bringing forth the destruction of Everage, erasing everything Rimuru has fought to protect. With multiple threats converging, Rimuru faces the most critical moment of his reign. But Tempest has evolved. Rimuru is no longer the lone slime that started it all. He is now a demon lord, a ruler, and the heart of a powerful empire. The alliances Rimuru forged and the bonds he nurtured over time come into full force as Tempest leaders prepare for the final battle. The stakes have never been higher, and Rimuru knows that to protect his people and save the world. Amidst the chaos, Feldway takes his plan a step further by controlling one of the most terrifying beings in existence, Milim Nava, the Dragonode and one of the strongest demon lords. Using the power of the Manus Michael, Feldway overrides Milim's will, turning her into a puppet to carry out his destructive goals. Milim, once one of Rimuru's closest friends and allies, becomes a formidable adversary. Under Feldway's control, she attacks Tempest, forcing Rimuru to confront her. But this fight is different from any battle he's ever faced, not only because of Milim's overwhelming power, but because Rimuru has to hold back to avoid hurting her. Realizing that Milim might not be able to finish Rimuru off in direct combat, Feldway resorts to a drastic measure. In a moment of desperation, he uses his dimensional powers to banish Rimuru to the end of space, a place where time and reality no longer follow normal rules. The end of space is a void outside the bounds of reality, a place where no life should be able to survive. With Rimuru sent to the end of space, the fate of Tempest hangs in the balance. His loyal subordinates, Diablo, Benimaru, and the others, are left to hold the line in his absence. But Feldway's ambitions don't end with Rimuru's banishment. He plans to continue his war against the world. As the light novel concludes for now, the future of Tempest remains uncertain. Rimuru's fate in the end of space is a mystery, and Feldway's sinister plans loom large on the horizon. The journey continues in the next volume, as Tempest's fate and Rimuru's survival hang in the balance. Want to know more about what happens next in Tensura? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns of the light novel and beyond.